¿Cómo está? It's me, Fernando, mi amigo. We have some cool master for you today. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show.
I must apologize firstly for that intro. It was not me, it was my moustache. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But first we have 3 new power supply goodies from Cooler Master. So we're going to start off with their sleeving kit. Now I've not actually opened any of these. I wanted to do this live, as it were. And this is our first look. I think this is the very first kit that has actually ever come into South Africa, to be honest, from Cooler Master. And it looks quite promising. So there's a sleeved, what have we got here? We've got a CPU, 2 4-pin. We've got PCI Express connectors ×2 and a 24-pin extender. So that's your main power, your VGA power, and your 8-pin for your CPU, which is generally your sort of default forward-facing power. All of your SATAs and stuff you can generally hide behind. I'm trying not to destroy this box while I'm doing this, but they've made it a bit difficult. Damn it, child-proof packaging. Okay, let me just break it. I'm really sorry, Cooler Master. I'm really sorry, but this thing is ridiculous. Okay, so the packaging is basically a one-shot open. You wouldn't normally be looking to keep this kind of packaging for the most part. Put that over there, put some pieces. So, oh, okay, so it comes in like a little container. Let's just take these out. Our CPU, PCI Express, and motherboard. Wow, okay, it's quite a lot. Instruction manual. So these are obviously blue and black, individually sleeved. Very good quality, I must say. Quite rigid. They kind of keep their shape after you bend them, which is quite cool. Decent connectors on all of them. As I say, we've got motherboard. What's this one? This one is PCI Express. That's one PCI Express. Second PCI Express. Oh, there's more than what they showed. There's another one. Oh wow, okay, so you gave 4 PCI Express connectors, 1 6-pin, 1 6-pin, oh, 2 6-pins, 2 8-pins. Okay, that's quite nice. Pity they're not all 8 pins with the split. I think that would have been a bit better perhaps, but that's still 2 8-pins and then your dual 4-pin CPU connector that comes in the kit. As I said, the braiding is very nice. The connectors are pretty good, and the actual cabling itself is very, very high quality because it kind of retains its shape. These could even be solid core. These could even be a single piece of wire, not multiple wires wound together. So that's looking really promising. So these kits are now available in various kind of colors, and the lengths are pretty good as well. They about 30 centimeters, I would say, per cable, which is going to be more than enough for most builds. We actually ran into an issue with a rod build where we actually could have used a nice braided extension cable. So normally you'd have to kind of outsource for these and pay for them. The fact that you can get these in a kit is pretty cool. I would like to see some cable combs though included in the following kits. It's, you know, a couple rand or a couple dollar cents extra for that, I would assume, but it'll just neaten it up even further and make these look really, really good. But these are quite, as you can, like I'm saying, they're very solid. They're not. This isn't cheap wiring that's been put in here. So that's a good start to our gear here. And they've given us the new MWE 750 bronze as well, which comes with a 5-year warranty. Okay, that's quite impressive for a bronze series power supply. So if you want to buy the last 750 bronze that you're going to need for a while, then this is definitely going to be a good consideration cheapest. Okay, so obviously it's non-modular, and there's enough cabling here to connect up just about anything. This being a bronze power supply, its general wattage should be about 615 if my maths works out at 80% power delivery. Yeah, and then it comes with like a normal set of screws, but we're not interested in that. We want to see how many connections we've got here. So if I read the back of the box, we have a 24 pin, 2 8 pins for the power supply, 2 PCI Express 8/6 pins. It's only 2 for the GPU, a bunch of SATA and a bunch of Molex. It's actually Molex here. Wow, okay. Molex is the older generation would be aware of that kind of connector. It's a bit outdated now. Most have switched on to SATA, but it does have quite a number of Molexes. So if you've got an older machine, then this will be quite a nice one, I must say. Enough SATA for days, absolute days of SATA. And then, oh, okay, there is a second set of PCI Express. So there are 2 full sets of PCI Express. So you could even run SLR off of this. I don't know if I would try with 615 watts of power delivery. I think it would be very, very narrowly accomplished. But what I am going to do, and this power supply is going to make it very difficult, is I'm going to try to jump start it. Now normally what you would do is you'd look at your 24 pin and you would take one of the green connections or cables and try and connect it to one of the black wires, but all of these are the same color. So we're just gonna have to guess and see what happens. So I've got my little piece of copper wire over here, and I'm going to guess that this one here is, okay, wait, we should also connect this to power. Now, the good thing is the power supply can't really short if it's not on. And if I don't short the right cables, then it won't turn on. So the chances of fire here are very low, but it's still a chance nonetheless. But we take risks here for you on T3, so you don't have to. So I'm gonna guess this one. Nope. Nope. I'm loud. Well, that sucks. So yeah, but there we have the MWE 750 bronze. It's quite nicely finished. I do like the way they're doing the stickers on the side. It's nice and neat and basic. If you do want to kind of show it off in the bottom of your power supply window, the fan looks like the normal kind of, almost like jet flow copy, slightly bigger blades. There's nothing else really major going on inside the power supply. I mean, it's a power supply. But then we do get finally to the last little goodie. This is something actually I'd never seen before, and I'm quite like, because it's going to increase longevity of your system, and that is this little 90-degree bend here for your 24 pin. So how does this thing work? Well, it's basically just a little adapter. I'll show you on our vintage machine over here. Once I get it out of the packaging. There we go. And then grab our vintage PC. Okay, so your 24 pin sits on the bottom of the board over here, and then this guy connects in like so. So when you are connecting your 24 pin now, it will sit nicely over here and not have to make a vicious bend, because normally they sit like that and then they bend down like that into the back of the case. But with this setup over here, you can just literally connect it right in there. Yo, it's quite firm. I think you might want to connect it, there we go, to the adapter before you go in, and it looks really nice, I must say, all installed. That is quite a nice little feature that they've brought out there. So Cooler Master is definitely going for more with their Maker series. They're definitely looking at how you can customize your PC even further. And that is going to be the extent of their new power supply goodies for this review here today. Please guys, do, if you can, promote or look at testicular research. If you guys can donate, it is the month of November. I am growing the Fernando, as you saw in our intro, and I will be donating as much as I possibly can to our homies so that they can keep their nomies, if you know what I mean. And we will see you then in the next review, where I will be finally getting this test bench going. This is basically the best of yesteryear. Everything here is a decade old. It's still somehow working. I have got Windows installed, and we'll see if we can get it to run and do some testing to see what 10 years of computing has done for us. So until then, goodbye, have a good evening. Fernando, mi amigo, he's gone. Oh, it's on. The fan's just got a silent mode. Told you I wouldn't.